podcast with a human being. I'm here today with one of our special people. This is a person that has put me on, man. You have put me on. And I think, I think back of how I met you. I have Diego here with me. I have Yuri from Mitch's and Mixes. And then we have her other brand that's coming up, which is La Chiquis Snacks. How I originally met you was at the Chrome and Bikes now. And it was just because we just happened to be right next to each other. And I think I always tell him how important it is to get to know other people, to talk, to sometimes I blame myself that I can look a little too scary or too serious. So I have to like lose myself because I feel like sometimes you have to be open to be able to give the people a space to be able to feel comfortable to talk to you. And you opened up to me with your sister that event that was there, and it was great that we made that connection and we follow each other, and now we're here. I brought you because I love the knowledge that you have, and I feel like somebody that wants to get into bartending can learn a lot from you. Somebody that wants to start a side business can learn a lot from you, not one but two businesses. And then you're also going to college, and I want that feedback, and I want you to kind of give me your feedback in terms of like customers, how it is with people, how it is dealing with all of this, what is the process of networking, and how has it helped you in many ways. So I have here Diego with me.
What's going on, guys?
Take over, man. Take over.
All right, guys. So we're here to share a quick little outline with Yuri. Yuri, how are you today?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm doing well. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's time to turn up, no? Yeah. So we have a couple notes here. We're gonna just talk about Yuri's upbringing. We met Yuri. I think was it Mikusuki or was it
It was the same day. It was that day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then she just put it up to Taco Fest, and we were like, "What's that?" That's kind of how
Yeah, that was the second time, but that was like the third or fourth time.
Yeah.
But I like Chrome and Bike Stunts. I like the environment. I like the cars. I know that's like everybody's into that type of.
Yeah, the vibes are there.
That's amazing, especially at the casino.
Yeah, it's tough.
If like
if
if you get bored, you just go to the casino.
The last one there, I think, was from my point of view one of the biggest ones. When they had the live band, they had
that was
the DJ, that was the time they told us about Taco Fest.
Mm-hmm. That was our second event.
So essentially, we were just walking around, just meeting people, and I got to meet Yuri. I guess you knew her already.
Yes.
You knew her already. I got to meet her, and she told him about Taco Fest. I was kind of intrigued about what it was because I've never heard of something called Taco Fest.
Yeah.
But we're here with Yuri, guys. We're gonna talk about her upbringing. How it was. Just growing up, or kind of reflect on that part of life. Can you take us back through that, Yuri, real quick?
Well, it was a long time ago.
No, indeed. So kind of preface, like, where were you born?
So I was born in Mexico, in Michoacan. Wow. I was born in a little village called Las Anonas, and I came here when I was 9. So I was raised by my grandparents. I had a great childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came over here. I was 9 years old, and I was in 5th grade. That's what I recall. And it's been good. I think I'm blessed. I don't know what my future would have been over there,
Oh yeah.
But I feel like I'm living the American dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
So you moved here when you were 9. How was that? Where'd you go first?
Oh, I've been in Homestead my whole life.
You just took straight here.
Yeah.
You had family here?
Yes, we got here like in '99, and my mom's sisters and everyone was here in Homestead. Now everyone is like in different, like Texas, Tampa, like different areas, but like my roots are Homestead, like.
Right.
They're pushing us away, bro. They're pushing us away. Homestead is becoming overpopulated.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, how is that? How do you look at it now? I mean, to you, I got to Homestead like 6 years ago, and it has changed dramatically in the past 3 last years. I can't imagine your feedback in terms of like how has it changed, because Kendall wasn't even It didn't even exist, right? I know Kendall's like a brand new city, bro. Kendall's like,
For real?
yeah, Kendall's like came up in like you know, like the 96s and after that, because remember everything went bad during Hurricane Andrew, right?
Yeah, that was in like 3.94.
94 and 2 or 96,
Yeah.
yeah. And
But
after that, it started.
It was shocking because we grew up around agriculture, and now like the only thing we had was like the speedway and all that area that now you see on like Waterstone. All of that was agriculture. So it was like cornfields. It was like tomato. It was different things. And now we live in a really like overpopulated city, which I'm thankful for the stores being close by and things like that. But the traffic has gotten really like insane. And then also prices, like our rent prices, everything has skyrocketed. Yeah, everything has.
There's a lot more people that kind of think like us. We don't really realize it, but we're in Homestead because it's nearby Miami. It's a really big city. That's where most of the jobs are. And so everybody kind of thinks like us. We're kind of like, no, I won't move to Miami because I won't afford an apartment, but I'll move to Homestead or Naranja.
Because you're only 30 minutes away.
Exactly.
And
And it's like US1. US1, you just zoom up. I was thinking Homestead get like a bright line type of train. That would be cool. Straight to Miami.
it could be possible. I tell him all the time that the way I see Homestead growing, I could compare it to like El Dorado, or like, because now you have a new movie theater, you have all these places, and they're now new buildings. I can't wait for it. I don't think they're even allowed to make like big hotels there. That's why we don't see them. But I figure in a year or two they probably start building like big hotels, or is they already making big hotels?
There's a lot of development, even in areas that you never thought there would be, like near the Everglades, near the area where Robert is here.
What do you think about
Robert's area.
I think that it's messed up, like greed,
Yeah.
because these companies are making a killing, from making these townhouses, but at the same time they're taking they're forcing themselves in to purchase the land that it was like the farmer's land.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything is going like the quality of food and everything is being affected, by these decisions. But that's just
Wow,
how.
I didn't even notice. Like, I didn't even realize that aspect. Like, the quality of food is affected, and you're mentioning something about how the farmers really don't get a big return on their farms. So big developers, big money shows up, and they're like, man, I could put townhouses up, get rent consistently.
Here's 5 million.
Yeah, here's 5 million.
But then they make that like in a few townhouses that they sell.
And
Yeah.
then- Yes.
That's crazy. It's a crazy flip.
Yeah, it's amazing.
One thing that I want to hold on to before we move on is how you talked about, we had all this land where we have tomatoes, and Florida, bro, is known for like oranges. There's not, I talked to a lot of people, there used to be a lot of fields in Homestead that you could grow orange. There's no, that's like kind of like moving out of here, and like you're telling that people are buying the land and we're losing that touch with agriculture
With
and
nature.
with nature. That's
It's true, bro. Because, bro, we only have one patch of land. As soon as you break it all apart, you break it down, you pour concrete, you put rebar, and then you gotta build this up. 2x4s, drywall, windows. You have to if the people get mad, for example, they retaliate.
Yeah.
No more homes. You gotta break that down. Cater to the soil again.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah, all those chemicals damage the soil. But the thing is, once it's built, who's gonna tear it down?
Who's gonna tear it down?
Once the family's there, like
Would
what
you
are
show
gonna
up,
do?
punch
Yeah.
you? Show up, punch it.
There's just
No, I love
so much interest in them. And just to add a side note too, I've been reading that a lot of the money that's being pushed into homes is not even from here, which is
No.
another crazy thing. It's this money's coming from like New York and all these places out there, and it's like, okay, now it's kind of like taking over because they see the growth.
It's big investors buying the properties, and then what they do is they own the properties and rent them.
Yeah.
And then at some point, it's like the way that economy works is, we're most likely going to see what happened in 2008,
Yeah.
and then
Damn.
these investors are going to purchase the homes from these from these communities that people are not going to be able to afford them because you see like the taxes are going up. There's a lot of expenses that are going up, but people don't really talk about it. You know?
I just looked up yesterday. I was on TikTok. You learn a lot to TikTok.
TikTok is life.
TikTok is life now. But I love that there's a good video. So one video was showing this guy made a purchase in 2022 at Walmart where it was like $45. Then he tried to do it right now this year for the same items, 45 items. Bro, the price went up from $45 to like $400 for 45 items. So that way you can compare the prices. Everything has gone up. I know from my point of view, prices for eggs were cheaper a year or two. And people are constantly asking me what happened. I'm like, bro, I'm basically forced.
Milk?
Yes.
Eggs?
Yes.
The main ingredients that you need?
Eggs. Look, I used to buy a box of eggs, which is like a big pack of 30, I think is 6 dozens. And it will be like $16. Now it's $47.
Wow.
From 16 to 18 to 47.
That's a big markup.
That's a big market right there. It's almost double the price. Almost half.
I was gonna say, bro, what if there's enough food, just too many people? No, I don't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta beat each other up.
No. I think there's a lot of.
There's always money.
There's a lot. It's just controlled. It's all gated up. It's all fenced up. So there's land. There's hundreds of acres of land that is like fully beautiful and luscious. It's ready to plow. But there's just people who own it.
People buy it.
People buy it.
I touched your feeling there in terms of like the Everglades because when you grow up here in Florida, you really learn to love it because it's taught through school. I remember going to the Everglades in 5th grade and then going back again like the first year of middle school, and you like those and I haven't been back, but you feel like connected to that place and little by little it's kind of just getting small, man.
Smaller and smaller. Everglades is still pretty big though.
Yeah, the best people to learn from are like our Native Americans because
the Miccosukee.
they live off that land. And then they've been ripped of their land. I mean, we're gonna go back.
History.
It's way more stealing, right? But it is what it is. I know too much.
Whoa. No, I love that. Yeah, it's true. I mean, they had to build a casino or resort, to make do,
That casino looks small, but it's not.
No,
it's definitely not small.
It's not. Like,
even when they do the event, when they do the Chrome nights, like it looks like it's just a parking, but that's a huge
it's a huge parking, and then all around.
Oh, and they recently renovated it. It looks way better now, bro. A couple of months ago, it was trash. Oh, wow, it was pretty bad. And then little by little, they start painting it.
That whole road has changed as well. The Chrome looks completely different now. It's brand new. The road connects all the way, goes to it comes all the way to 8th Street.
Yep.
You can go from 8th Street, go down. I mean, you always could, but you only had one lane, right?
Oh yeah.
And then they added the 2 lanes now, or multiple lanes.
Yeah, multiple.
So I don't know, like, was it a thing that people used to die like in Chrome, like crashes? Was that like a thing back in the day?
It still happens. Like they have a banner that they have like when they count like each time someone.
They have that in Exit 1 too.
Yeah, it's sad, but yeah, the thing is, Chrome used to be a one-way street on both sides.
Yeah.
And then people become impatient, or people are racing, or whatever the reason may be, and then that's how the accidents happen.
Let me ask you guys: have you guys ever been to a gas station right there at that corner?
Which one?
The one right there in Miccosukee?
Yeah, the one with the subway.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where they, bro. It's all that stuff there.
I always walk in there and I kind of like teleport to some random place. You just have like carritos, and then you have like animals, and then you got like alligators.
It's fun to stop there. When I go on road trips, we always stop there.
Yeah, there's like plenty of different stuff there.
It is.
It's at a great location too. Probably there's a restaurant.
It's the only one there.
It's the only one there. It is the only one there.
It's the only one there for a few miles that you'll find.
That is true. That's actually very true. Because then over here you hit like FIU and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So, but Yuri, how's your family doing now?
My family.
Or a better question, how's the people around you doing?
Everyone's getting old. Everyone's doing.
Oh, you don't have it?
they're very supportive with everything that I do,
Yeah.
and they're always, sharing my content, you know, giving me ideas, sending me TikToks of new
Oh, I love
recipes.
that.
So they're
Yes.
very, most of my cousins,
Not a lot of people do that.
sisters are always very supportive.
Not a lot of people do that. They think that you're gonna take something from them or stuff like that. How family's been.
My sisters help me at the pop-ups.
Yeah, I see a lot of people at the pop-ups who show up to help her. You know.
Yeah, my sisters, my
Your
cousins.
sisters, or you have like
I have to remember my sister.
Yeah,
She's
maybe,
24. She's turning 24 this month, and the other one is 18. But they're always willing to go to my pop-ups, share my events, invite their friends at work, school, wherever. And they're always hyping me up.
Yeah.
It's nice. Nice.
You're the big sister, and
Yes.
I figure if they have that, it says a lot about you. You know what I'm saying? Because they say like if your little ones support you, then that means you've been a good sister.
You've been coming through,
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
I mean, I was like their second mom, so they better.
Yeah, I love it. So, Yuri, how'd you start your business? Meaches and Mixes.
It all started in 2023. I only been in business for a year officially, but I've always done michelada mixes for my family and friends, and I've always bartended, but like assisting other people or like working in restaurants or being a server,
Right.
so on. So then people would always tell me like how good the micheladas were or like how good the drinks were, that I should start my own business, and then that's where the idea just started coming until I became brave enough to and open up my
A lot of people go through that. Myself, period of time where I didn't want to do anything because I was
We get a
scared.
little overwhelmed,
Yeah.
shy. I don't know. At
Or
the mixture of
not
everything.
only that, but like we upload like because right now I say the stadium would be like Instagram, social media, TikTok, things like that. So when people are already doing this, we have to upload on that platform. We compare ourselves to those. We look at them for inspiration, but realistically, we're seeing everything that they're doing that we're not. So it's gonna make our mind think some certain type of way, like, oh, I can do that, but you're not doing it.
everyone has their own flavor, man.
Yeah, and no, that's very powerful to speak about because that's true. It's like it happens to a lot of people. I don't know if you guys can share an experience.
I'll tell you, something until we can move forward into that. I think what gets you into like being attached to a business is how they treat you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing because like right now you could put a company that's been doing this for so long and they could go to them, but then they go to Yuri and they're like, she knows what she's talking about. I like that she feels comfortable talking to me about this type of stuff, and I like her more because of that connection that you make with the client. That's really powerful, bro. Like that's really powerful. That's why, like you said, you brought up, Instagram and how you can compare yourself to the big guys. I did that initially when I started in the business with the cakes. I didn't know anything about cakes. I've been working 15 years in construction. All I know how to do is put a screw through the wall, a drywall.
Yeah.
So when I got in the business, of course, I was blessed to have the experience that the grandma has 36 years. So I didn't have to learn from scratch. I mean, I did, but she already had a brand. And what I did was I logged in and I was like, who's the big guys right now? And yeah, you have to learn from those big guys. And you're going to have some patience with yourself to be able to say, like, yeah, they're doing better, but I'm doing something completely different that nobody else is doing. So that's what like little guys like us make the difference,
But it's also the quality, man.
The quality.
Because there could be 20 people making cakes.
Yeah.
But the quality is gonna be. That's what I'm saying. Everyone has their own flavor.
Yeah. And businesses like us are pushed by other people that talk about us. Like, hey, I try her stuff.
Recommending each other. Yeah.
Referrals, that's clever.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
I love that. So
I think food works that way. Like food, like you ever go to a restaurant and you're eating, you're like, you have to go there. I'm telling you, and you're gonna believe that friend because when you talk about food, it's like a direct type of thing, It's not like you're buying a product that everybody just buys a product.
But that's how I recommend your cakes. I mean, you have to try them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, and it's kind of like it's not even like you're forcing it. You kind of just like, damn, like I kind of want to share this with other people. Why don't I just keep this to myself? Especially.
Truly. You want to help the business. You want to.
But
you want to have your friend try something great, but also help whoever is handling the business.
the business.
Oh, yeah.
And because you know that you recommend a friend and they're gonna get treated good, because I recommend somebody to you, and it's because I know that you're responsible.
Yeah.
And I know that I can count on you. I know that if I recommend a client, I'm like, she's gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna over exceed her stuff and recommend the right people. One of the things that I wanted to talk about a lot was your expertise in making drink. Because initially, that's how you got into the business, right? Or
Yes.
when did you start making drinks? And then I know based on that, that's you start making micheladas. How did that crossover come to? When did you start making drinks? Was it always a thing, or you basically because you got pushed into a job and then you're like, oh, let me do this.
No, I've always liked I've always liked working with people. So I used to be a server. I used to be a waitress, server, whichever.
I worked in an Italian restaurant, but the kitchen is not easy.
And yeah, I mean, I used to do both. When it would take too long, and I would go up there and make the tacos and make the food because I just didn't have the. I just thought it would be faster, it could be faster. It gets more people in and out of my tables. It's just how I was programmed, I guess. And then I used to always like making drinks, and I always find myself looking at videos on how to make different recipes. And then I always make the recipe, but I always put a twist. So I've always been like that. I like making drinks. I also enjoy seeing people's faces when they try them.
Right.
Because then I can see it was good.
It was good. Yeah.
I see your immediate reaction.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I like how you do that. It's kind of weird. No, it's kind of,
nobody expects it.
Yeah, but look, you're kind of on the side.
It's literally it's like instant gratification.
No, that's cool though. That's cool because it really can tell you a lot. A lot of people can fake it, but you already know. I know you did it, or what you can do different. You ask that question. Oh, I saw that.
So usually what we do is, especially myself, and I always tell my sisters, we have to communicate with the customer because in my experience, I always ask. For example, for the micheladas, I always ask my customer, are you a person that likes spice or are you a person that doesn't like too much spice? Because you can this is what I love about micheladas, you can custom make the recipe to the customer's liking. So if my customer doesn't like too much spicy, then I can make it lighter. You know what I mean? If my customer likes it more spicy, all I do is add a little extra,
Tajin.
No, the mix of the mix itself.
Oh, okay.
Because I already have the mixes prepared.
Right.
But obviously, the more you put, the spicier it gets.
Spice is hot sauce or more of a spice?
There is fresh lime. There is dry chili powder.
That's kind of what makes the spice a little.
That's what yes, and then there's also hot sauce. So it's a mixture of different ingredients.
Yeah.
Plus the clamato that gives it
And the tajin.
Just catch you on that thought. I'm asking out of literally ignorance. What is it? What would be the perfect definition of a michelada? Because I know there's gonna be people in the podcast who are like, "What is a michelada?" I want to get it from an expert. What makes a michelada?
Well, if you're Mexican, you know that micheladas can vary depending on what state you're from.
Okay.
So I've seen that some people, for example, Mexico City, is very popular to just do salsa inglesa with lime juice and the beer, and that's what they call a michelada.
Oh.
So what I consider a michelada from being from Michoacan is considered an ojo rojo somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I think the perfect michelada definitely has clamato. Definitely has to have fresh lime. We don't do artificial lime.
Fresh juice lime.
Fresh lime juice. If you're gonna make it with fruit, for instance, I can make cucumber, mango, tamarindo. It has to be fresh fruits.
Sandia.
I made sandia. I made
good.
pineapple. Yes.
Yeah.
But those flavors are more tropical. I don't add clamato.
You should do fruit. Yeah, fruit would be crazy.
You can tell he doesn't drink.
No.
But I always tell Diego is you haven't tried the best yet. So
I haven't.
which is what happened when I met him. He tried the best, and that's how
yes.
That's how we got us.
that's how we became friends.
No me he asomado. I love it.
Do you think the drink that you had the michelada with makes a difference?
Definitely, because I I think that the beer makes the huge difference.
Damn, look. Okay,
Yeah.
real quick. What's the best beer to use?
In my opinion, I love Modelo Negra, but I can understand that that might be a little too strong for certain people. So I know that people have their preference. You know, beer is like let's say for example, like you're women.
Yeah.
You know, you like them blonde, you like them dark. You know, you know, like
and strong
I think Modelo Negra is it's a dark beer.
yeah.
No,
It blends well with the flavors. But I would say Modelo Corona are the second best.
I brought in 12 packs to the guys at my job, and bro, they told me something that was crazy. I didn't see it this way, but now I do. Which is like for Modelos, they prefer Modelos or like Bud Light, but the can is different than the.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That's crazy.
I don't know like the chemistry behind it, but I do feel like Modelo's taste better in the can.
You think it's because like it gets colder? I feel like a Modelo. I love a Modelo. But it has
I
to be
think-
cold.
I think that it just tastes like colder and crisp. Like I don't know. I don't think a Modelo in a bottle tastes the same.
I'll say though that
Like-
that makes sense because you ever had a like Coke from like a bottle and then you ever had a Coke from a glass. It's
Yeah.
two different type
Oh,
of things,
yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah, bro.
You
Yeah.
see?
Like
You know-
Jarritos too. Jarritos too.
Two different type of things.
Yeah, I love.
I don't know what the process is. Like you said, it could be. We'll find out. But it could be, you know, that I figure it could be that effect that it does to the metal or to the glass itself. But there's something, obviously, there's something there.
Because the metal can frost up, glass can't like that. You gotta keep
Yeah, that's probably why.
keeping it chill.
Yeah.
You know.
Man,
Yuri,
so guys,
what are some tips that you've learned in customer service?
Oh man, I learned the hard way. So, and when I used to be a waitress, I was always used to it was like a fast pace. But what I learned is that we have to listen to the customer because as I was saying before, I always ask them like, how do you like your embrace the customer a bit and
Yeah.
create that bond because a lot of the times like that is what's gonna create like the long time friendship and these connections that are so like helpful, especially for me, So I think that we just step back. Sometimes we think too fast and we get offended. Like, sometimes customers just don't know how you do your product, so it's just good to be patient and to listen and to explain what is it you're providing, you're serving, because a lot of people just simply don't know.
Right.
There's no need for us to go too
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I would say too, like you said, they don't know what they're looking for. So you kind of like, I get people here like, oh, it's a cake. I just want a cake, and
Yeah.
no, man, there's not like I just want the it. It's like, okay, what do you like? What does your
Yeah.
family
The
like? Do you like the
flavors.
cake really moist, or you like it like semi, or you like it like traditional? Do you like a lot of filling, or you don't like the frosting? So I figure with drinks, it's like you said, the strong. Do you like it soft, or
You like sweet,
or
spicy?
you like sweet or spicy, or what
Yeah.
type of liquor you like?
Correct.
And not just to add choices to that. To add on, what difference is like regular tequila with mezcal, like mixing? Because it's like that's two different type of things, right?
Well, yeah, there's differences with aging. There's differences with the process of how the mezcal is. There's a lot of mezcal that is very good, but then there's also mezcal that is not so good.
Yeah.
But there's a mezcal like this. The mezcal usually provides this like smoky flavor, and it pairs really good with like like mango drinks, pineapple. And you could make a margarita, but instead of tequila, you do it with mezcal, and it just changes the whole like. What would you say? It just changes the whole like all the flavor. It changes everything about it.
I love it. I want to say just out of like like thinking that I would think like Mexico would be like the one leading in terms of like the top rated like mezcals, right? Because of I know the land helps a lot, right? Like being hot, mezcal has to because it's too hot, you can't let it like it cooks faster. Is that like a thing? Like does it like heat faster or why
From what I know is and I seen is that they keep it in barrels, and it's like
okay.
they keep the tequila also like if you ever go to like Jalisco, which has a lot of you know, they have a lot of places where you can see the process of making tequila. Like you see the agave, you know, you see all the process. But I mean, Mexico is really famous for. I would say that it's tequila and beer, but they also have so many drinks that people don't know, like pulque, tepache. You know,
No.
it's just the list goes.
Yeah, the list goes on, but it's like what America kind of like embraces quick, right?
Yes, including like for example, tepache. If you look at the videos now, like it's being like how do I say marketed as like the new like kombucha.
No.
But it's literally something that has existed in Mexico for years.
Wow.
But you know, yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So many things. Just hold on to that conversation that Diego asked you, because I think customer service, like I said, it's if not the most important thing in the business, it's one of the most important things. You know, because that's how you want to climb over. I sometimes like you said, you deal with. I don't know if it happens to you that you deal with people that are going through it, emotions, and you can tell that they're not like they're constantly like, man, I'm a little overloaded. I don't know where I'm at. Can you help me choose? Like, what do you think is the best? And that's when I'm like, okay, what do you like? You know, does your mom like you know rum? Does she not like rum with the cake? Does she like the cake to be sponge? I figure for you as well, like what are like some experiences that you deal with in terms of like how do you deal with people that could be a little tough or that just kind of like you said they just don't know what it is that you're selling. Like how do you deal with those type of like situations in terms of like I figure you have good ones and you have bad.
I think there's good and bad in everything, but from customer experience and from what they tell me is they just love that they can approach wherever event I'm doing, and I will always smile.
Yeah.
Like that is how I'm going to greet you.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you're always smiling." Like you know, like I love that. Like I can come here and I'll start to. I feel comfortable asking you like questions about you know whatever it is that I may be selling that day because you know I sell different things, chamoy, candy, and they always feel like I feel like you have to make it like a signature to be approachable.
Yeah.
Because that's how we are going to attract those clients.
You said something good that I think it makes a huge difference is once you make a connection with your client, you just have a better understanding. And I've really seen that a lot in my business. Like when people, that's why I mentioned when people come a little overloaded, and you kind of like embrace them and be like, hey, you're safe. Like this is okay. You're at a safe place. Like they're kind of like that's when they kind of like put their guard down. And you're like, I like you. I see what you're doing. You're giving me the right customer service, and I've been able to see women that come overloaded and stressed, and I'm like, look, I got you. I think you're overthinking it too much. I think you want to go the simple route. Trust me, it's gonna be good, and you kind of have to give it the reinsurance. I know with drinks you don't have to do that if you want to get it crazy, but
or they don't care.
Or they don't
Yo,
care.
just love me up.
Usually like the younger generation does not care about what the drink is, but like regardless of what drink I make them, they always like it. But it's the older people that already know, like they already developed, you know, a taste for example, they're tequila people. There's people that only drink tequila exclusively and they won't drink vodka or cognac, whiskey, anything like that. So once you develop like, you know what you like, then it's a little harder to please that person, you know.
Well, what do you say your favorite drink is?
I think my favorite drink right now it's a Paloma.
Oh, okay, a Paloma, which is like a.
It's basically like, well, I like to drink it with mezcal, and then it's a mixture of lime juice, orange juice, but it's like fresh ingredients.
Oh,
Yeah, you can either use if you're on a diet, you can use club soda, or if you're okay with a little bit of calories, you can do the grapefruit soda.
It's crazy that as I'm listening, you mentioned the importance of fresh ingredients. We use lime in our bakery too, and it really makes an impact of taste.
Yep.
Of taste. It's completely different than getting lime juice already pre-made and having it natural. Margarita tastes completely different. It's two different type of things.
Yeah, it's a game changer, and you never want to pay top dollar for something that it's not. You know, it's not made with good quality ingredients. It's just not.
it's crazy because at this bar, you know, it gets difficult for them to even like have somebody just squeezing out fresh juice. That's where you see all this like pre-mix, you know, lime juice or strawberry as well, right? They have like a strawberry mixture. Or something.
Yeah, they have purees, which purees are fine because purees are fruit, and
Right.
you can buy organic purees like to make your drinks. So there's mango puree, strawberry, raspberry, like any flavor you can think of, you can buy the puree. So you're not there like using the blender at the moment because you're at a time crunch.
And it's a time, yeah. It's a time. If somebody, I kind of want to give you this time for your brand. If somebody wants to know like what they can book you for, of course we'll put the Instagram. What's the Instagram?
It's Miches y Mixes.
Yes. So that's the one specifically for you will say catering to like events.
That is my Instagram that I use for bartending, and I also do events where I can sell micheladas.
Okay.
But you know, like micheladas or like virgin drinks or agua fresca, depending on what the occasion.
I love that. I love the pickle pack. I love the pickle pack because my wife likes it, so it rings in my thing. And I'm not a pickle person, bro, but there's a lot of people on TikTok that are obsessed with pickles.
I think girls like the pickle pack. I don't like the pickle pack. I
This,
don't like
But have
pickles.
you tried it?
No.
Okay.
Damn.
you haven't tried.
You haven't tried. See, I
I'll
source
be hating.
my pickles from Texas,
Damn.
and these pickles are like the original. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Alamo Candy Store in San Antonio.
Yes.
Okay. These pickles are coming directly from Texas. They're like the original chamoy pickles. They're
Wow.
not no
Chamoy
off-brand.
pickles.
Yes,
That's crazy.
chamoy pickles, and they're delicious in my opinion.
Because they're bigger, right? Like,
They're
supposed to be
bigger.
Yeah.
They're bigger and they're crunchy.
Yes.
They're not like other people sell other brands, but I think that the best ones are the Alamo.
You guys heard me. And if you want a pickle bag, you can DM Mitch's over here. Talk a little bit about. Go ahead.
Where do you want to take your brand?
Well, now my brand is being split into two.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's talk about it.
So, because my initial logo looked, you know, it was in it. My initial business was only to be bartending and selling micheladas. But you know, as time went on, other products were coming in, and people really like my chamoy dip, my chamoy gummies, the pickle kit, like I was telling you guys. And
Did you invent the pickle kit?
No, the pickle kit is something that became viral on TikTok.
Oh, so you.
And then I adopted the idea from there, but of course, you know, you have to add your own twist.
But hers is different. Hers is completely different.
Yeah.
Indeed. I love that.
So you have to, you know, like everything, you have to add your own
So
twist.
tell us about this new brand.
So my new brand, so I named it La Chiquis Mexican Snacks because I wanted something that was more family friendly as far as the logo. And I wanted to partake in more like school events, more kid events. I also have, I just purchased a snack cart.
Damn.
Oh, I love that.
So,
Yeah.
A big
And
one.
the one with the umbrella.
yes,
With the umbrella.
people can hire me, like they can book the snack cart on my Instagram, which is La Chiquis
I love
Mexican
that.
Snacks.
We'll set up her website, guys.
Yes, website coming soon.
Yeah. That way,
Right.
that way transactions are quick. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like a little bit of everything.
I love that. Let's.
Like just to add on to that, I wanna just kind of point out that, you know, as business, you think that you're going a certain route, but you have to adapt. You really have to like adapt based on like you said, you wouldn't think that somebody, when you start in a business, you're like, oh, let me make a logo like this, because of course it makes sense for you to make a logo with the beers, because that's what niches are.
Michelada.
But then you have to sort of like think in the back end, damn, what if tomorrow I happen to be at this event, and then it kind of, you know, you have to learn how to adapt in that.
Yeah, it's part of growing, and we just, you know, I had to sit back and think about that. Like, I don't want people thinking that there's alcohol in any of the candy. So
Which is important. Which is really important.
we don't want parents not selling to their kids any alcohol.
Indeed, guys. If you guys are interested in Dominican cakes, you guys can go to www.dominicancakesbydelele.com. Miches, do you wanna?
My website's not ready yet.
It's not ready yet.
But we have to create a profile or understand.
For
For her pictures,
Yes.
yeah, Mitch's Instagram.
Oh,
You can put her
she's
Instagram
on
there.
there.
Oh, you're there. You are there. So you go to
Oh, I didn't
understand.com.
know.
Yeah. So
Oh,
everybody that
cool.
knows, directly follow. Go to understand.com. You're gonna see her profile there. You're
Nice.
He met you there. That was the
Nice,
first
thank
couple
you. I
people.
appreciate
So
it.
understand just to know a little bit. You can tell them a little bit about what it's
Nah,
about.
go ahead.
It's just kind of like where we put all the local businesses that are willing to participate because it's kind of like showcasing your brand. Like right now, people are gonna go to understand.com. They'll go to a creator's profile and they'll see your page there, and they kind of like go to your Instagram or whatever, and that's where they can find you. So you can you can promote the page, and we'll promote you. So it's basically like a cycle of everybody promoting themselves, and everybody in the area. I know there's a couple of places that do it, but we take the initiative to kind of like cater to like the artists. Like if you're an artist and somebody wants to book artists just locally, they'll go there and they'll book artists. If they want somebody that prepares drinks, now you're there. Somebody wants cakes, then they'll go there for me.
Yeah,
that's how I understand it.
Or even like because Meech's is on there, Boba Jit is on there.
Yeah.
I love Boba Jit.
Oh my goodness. Boba Jit got some drinks.
I don't know anybody in Homestead that make Boba Jit, but I mean drinks, bubble tea drink.
Right.
He's the first one. No, because it is bubble tea, right? It is a bubble tea drink, but the brand it's the Boba Jit. Yeah. But that's something itself, right?
There's many restaurants that sell boba, but I have to give it to him. He's
good. He's good. And the brand, I think he puts a lot of passion to it, and you can tell.
Yeah, he's a very supportive person as well with the other small businesses.
Yeah, have you seen him? He goes to participate in the city councils. I heard that from you. Yeah. That's a big initiative, man. You had told me too, that you worked connected to the county, right? And it's for individuals to partake in those type of meetings, because I feel like we have disconnected so much from being part of the school board as parents, being part because we come from Latino parents that they really don't have the time. They really, or back then they didn't, but I consider myself, a new parent that's willing to partake in that because, bro, we realize the impact the school really has us. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like everything with time. Things have changed and everything is changing every day, but it's important for everyone to stay informed. You can't make it to the meetings. These meetings are recorded.
Yeah.
So for myself, I work in the school district, so like I work with the public schools. So I myself see the impact that all of these charter schools are in our community. Because there's funds that get deviated to those schools, and we have a bunch of private schools as well. So the private schools are usually since they're private, they charge for tuition. But a lot of these parents, they're not aware of what goes on in school. Even though we do have a bunch of new present parents, because they're younger parents, but our older population is, they don't know. If the kid tells them, "Oh, my teacher told me this," that's what the parent believes. Yeah.
I think that there was a huge disconnection there because there's a lot of stuff that are being taught in school that I don't think are appropriate now, to be taught in school. But that's where the issue comes, not being partaken as a citizen, to be able to go into school and be able to be okay. Because when you say, for somebody that works in the district directly in the county, will you say like the teachers are working as a team with the parents? Like, is that how it should be? Like, like we should say, like, as parents, we should say, like, what could be taught in school and what shouldn't be taught? Like, is that even alright, or is that directly the school itself, like the system?
No, I feel like regarding on what needs to be taught, the parents should always have a choice.
Yeah.
But it's at the end of the day, like, it's not like it's run by the school district. This is something that the governor controls, the Department of Education, and a lot of people don't know this, but they like to pinpoint, like, let's say that something happens at a school. Oh no, because my kid's teacher sucks because she gave them too much homework, or but they don't understand, like, this teacher has to work from 7 to 3, but the teacher will be there at 6:30 and will leave at 5. And they don't see the struggles because obviously they never worked at a school, right? But teachers are very important, and we're actually like, I feel like little by little no one wants to teach
It's crazy that you
because
say that.
dealing with parents, and when parents have one perspective and like they're going in their one-sided because they're being selfish. That's what I think it is.
I heard of stories too as well, and I heard from older kids that are like, bro, my mom, she was just too loving. She defended me when I was wrong, and I think that was a mistake, which is something
Oh,
that you
yeah.
can say, where it's like the mom, you ever had like the mom come to
Yeah,
school,
you're enabling.
defend to like your kid, and you're like, bro, your kid is horrible. I'm his classmate. Your kid shouldn't be here, man. Your kid is somewhere else. Yeah, you know, and you get that a lot, man. You get that. I do want to point out, man, we have amazing teachers. I tell them that I throughout my schooling year, I met individual teachers that actually like impacted my life. Just a few things that they might have said or something that will push you forward, and kind of like make you keep going. But they're really important, man. And you do say something unique too, is that teachers work overtime, bro. They really don't get paid for it.
No, I mean,
They really
just
don't.
to mention it, that their salaries are like, for example, Miami-Dade Public Schools does not pay the highest. Like, they pay more in Broward, and that's just another county. So we are like one of the lowest paid districts.
Which
Good
Broward
for
is like 30 minutes away. That's
And Broward, which is why people are traveling. People will travel to Broward to go teach over there.
That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
funny you say that, but I did have Miami teachers when I was in Broward, and vice versa too, which is
Mhm.
weird. Wow.
Because you go, you make like $10,000 more, and you just have to drive 30 minutes. You know?
And you don't want to live around your students.
Right?
That'd be
Nowadays,
awkward.
these
That's-
kids are better than detectives.
So
Yes.
awkward, bro. When you see your teachers in public or stuff like that, for me it was like awkward, bro. It's like, damn, you're supposed to be at school.
Imagine me.
Why are you
that
in public?
I had to work with some of them.
Oh man.
That was like a shocking thing. Like, my teacher is now my coworker, and now
Damn.
I do their payroll.
Yeah, now I see how much she gets paid.
Yeah.
Take a little 5 here. No,
Nah.
no.
No, but definitely it's nice. It was like weird, and it was also very nice.
That's crazy. Working with your teachers. bro.
Your old teacher from high
Your
school.
teachers, that's gotta be crazy.
Shout out to Mr. Wamble. He's still working.
Oh damn, Mr. Wample was your teacher from Southgate Middle? Or what school were you?
Well, he was my teacher at Homestead Senior.
Damn.
He was teaching in Homestead Senior, and I was working at Southgate Middle, and that's where I was working.
Bro, Sunday is
He is an OG. Like,
He
is-
transferred to Southgate Middle,
He's still there.
and he was my teacher too.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
wow.
that's so
What
crazy.
did he teach?
Mr. Wamble. History.
World history, bro.
Bro, teachers that
He
teach
teaches you a lot about life as well.
Right.
And
No,
he tell you he's so
smart.
supportive.
He's smart. He's
very
always at the
supportive.
gym.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a,
He's buff, bro.
Oh
Yes.
man, that's cool.
On the low though, because he wears like these bigger clothes. She don't really
but
necessarily.
he can knock you out.
Yeah. He's
Like,
big, bro.
He's an older gentleman, but he can knock us out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that, man. Tell me.
That's crazy that you went to middle school there.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
Nah, I gotta go to-
Damn, that's how you like teachers like that are memorable. Like,
Yeah.
because that's because of their character, though.
Mhm.
You realize that because of their character. Imagine he's been teaching. He's had the discipline to teach
Yeah.
that long with her. Boom. She had her experience. Obviously,
Mhm.
she grew up, and now you're kind of working with him or whatever the case may be. But it's still valuable to you. And then me,
Yeah.
it transfers on to me. So we were just talking about like how powerful teachers can be. Like if they were really-
Definitely. They're like our first mentors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unofficial mentors.
Yeah.
I always like to point out too that sometimes like my daughter's 3 and my daughter's spending more time with her teachers than
Yeah.
she's spending with me.
Definitely.
Because it's 8 hours, we drop her off at 8. Then when my wife picks her up at 5, I'm working the whole time, bro. That's like 10 hours right there, 9 hours. And then I see my daughter for 2, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours max. She's going to bed and that's it. So like you said, you are spending more time around these people. And I think for somebody that, from my point of view, I could say that the teachers that teach, it's because they have a deep passion for educating.
They have that calling.
Yeah, they have that calling. So like,
Yeah.
you do make an impact. You know, when kids allow you to walk them into that space. You know?
Especially when kids are young, they're like little sponges.
Yeah.
Oh man, right now it's getting tough.
Yeah. It's
Like in terms of like what kids kind of see. I don't want to bring anything crazy up, but it's been crazy. You know, I mean, in terms of like the school, how they're being managed. I guess you can kind of see it a little firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it so ridiculous, but I guess that's just my opinion.
No,
And a lot of things are happening.
And I think kids are at a different stage because we didn't grow up with phones. I didn't have a phone, but there was no Instagram
No.
during middle school. No, you
No,
know.
and you know what's crazy? I saw that there's a study that smaller kids, they're gonna be super blind, like because
Wow.
you're killing your retina.
Yeah.
How you say?
As it's developing.
Exactly.
So you're not even like maximizing your eyes.
And you look at the other studies that like people have their thumbs or I say their thumbs or like this finger too, like they have indents.
Wow.
No,
Dude,
why are you
like-
talking about me?
I
it's
promise
true.
you, gamers
It's
have
true.
the indent right here. It's just like
For the
technology.
iPhones.
Technology is messing everybody up, and they don't see it because you're doing it little by little, but you don't see the effects.
Long term.
Does it happen to you? Because I tell Diego, man, he tells me all the time that this algorithm is strong. Does it happen to you? Like, do you just catch yourself there sometimes
Yeah.
in 10, 15 minutes? You're like, what?
So what happens is, especially I had already gotten away from the phone, but then being a business owner, like you have to post, you have to stay like on top of the trends.
Yeah.
You have to be on there. Like people are constantly messaging you, like
Yeah.
asking you, "How do you make this?
Yeah.
What is this?" So you can't ignore them. So it forces you to be on the phone like all the freaking time. So that's what happens. But what I do is everything else. I put a timer,
Yeah.
and there's a timer. I usually ignore it for Instagram because that is where I get the most traffic.
The
But
time limit.
there's a time limit.
Right.
You put a time limit of for everything.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours a day. I think it's like way more than enough time. But obviously, like I said, if you have a business and you're constantly like getting inquiries or like
And now it's not even just one page. Now you have TikTok. Now you got Instagram. You
Yeah.
know, which is like for us,
Yeah.
businesses, that's where like you get most of the views and the reach. You know,
Well,
Instagram and TikTok.
I could pitch in here, bro, because that's what we've been working on, making sure that we don't overwork ourselves in terms of like he has a family. You
Yeah.
know, I would prefer him to be home by 7. You know what I'm saying? Because that really matters in terms of like how you what the quality of your work is. You know? Because
so you being a creator, like like with your part of the business, you don't think that there at some point there's gonna be like an automated way of posting without having to sit there?
so this is what we're working on.
Oh yeah.
That would be a cool concept.
There it is.
So he is on all platforms: X, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and we upload on all 5 platforms. That way he's
At the
not
same time,
at the same time. It's
that's
all
pretty cool.
We'll get you.
pre-scheduled.
We'll get you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
called
yeah. So
Metrical.
it's
We're
called
actually doing
Metrical.
free promotion right now.
Oh, hey, run the sponsorship,
Yeah,
you know?
sponsors.
But Metricool is cool. It's Metricool. It's the sauce right there. You download the app. It's an app. I work through my phone. You're any way I can because it's like
He doesn't have a laptop because you really don't need it nowadays.
No, yeah, I mean you have everything. That's what I tell people. Like you have the world at the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
so you gotta like use it to
If
your
you know how to
advantage.
use it correctly.
No, it's not even that because we didn't know how to use it correctly, bro. We was on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
As soon as we got a phone, we were like, man, or playing games,
Yeah.
things like that. Little by little, you make a decision, bro. I think it's a decision. I think you either choose to kind of live a life of like, oh, I don't know, I'm just keep scrolling, or you're like, damn, this is an entire world that I can tap into
Yeah,
and generate income
Yeah.
from, which is what I've been, looking
that's
to
the goal,
figure out.
right?
That's
Yeah,
the goal.
it is. That's why I was telling you about your website because it actually is the goal.
It's a funnel that you can make, So just to like give you a brief Metrical, you can have all your accounts linked up. So like for example, TikTok, for your end, TikTok, Instagram, and if you want to have Facebook, which I know Facebook you use a lot, or X as well. and you're
Facebook, I don't
right
use
there.
as much. No.
I think you find a lot of your
Yeah,
core audience
yeah.
on Facebook.
I feel like Facebook is. I have followers. It's just like the crowd there is not it. Like they don't.
You see, that's
I feel
because
like I have a mainly family there.
That's true.
Facebook
I have to say, but
Instagram is a little
you'd
better.
be surprised.
Maybe
that,
if I put stuff on Marketplace, but
yeah, you'd be,
even
you,
Marketplace.
yeah, you'd be surprised. But so that way you upload the post and it'll upload all of it to all of those pages
While you sleep.
and where you sleep.
That's,
So let's say you
that's
post,
amazing.
Yeah. So he was telling you about Shopify, which is also another
Shopify,
platform. He gets paid while he sleeps. So that's the goal. Like we are
But
trying
what
to
do you
figure out.
like? Shopify. This is the thing with me. Like it was a summer, so I was like, okay, let me wait for the temperature because I can sell things. It's just shipping. Like for example, chamoy candy, and like it melts.
Yeah,
What if you did just local?
We had to do. We had to
Yeah,
trade
oh,
with
yeah,
the
that's-
market, yeah, with the
You
packaging.
just did.
Local is another game, right? But I'm
Local
saying
is
like,
better.
I
Honestly.
do have people that like for example Texas, Cali, that are interested. It's just I haven't developed yet.
You
Like
gotta expand.
yeah,
No, yeah, that's what I'm telling
they're
you.
ready.
He wants to develop a franchise. So
It's a little goal that I have, you know.
But with
so
the cakes,
we're already
Yeah, it's a little goal that I have.
we're already here in
not
terms
so
of,
little.
we're already here in terms of Miami. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So we're like, why not, dominate the local market here?
And this doesn't come from me. This is the grandma. This is her dream. Her dream was to have like a drive-through bakery.
That's nice.
That's nice. Like a drive-through bakery. Like, let me get that in a cafecito, which is she's like, because she comes from New York. So you ever been to New York? It's a fast city.
But wouldn't you be able to do something like that, like with Diego's help?
Yes.
You order on the app and you just pick up.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're working on. So just because it's to finish up, because I know you were looking at my input on the franchise, just to kind of set up a small system, and once you have the store functioning, I want to create jobs, and how do you create jobs is by making other businesses and things like that, and associating myself with like-minded individuals like you, because I learn a lot just about drinks yourself now.
Yeah.
Um,
Drink.
yeah.
Well, not yet.
Bro, tell them about Taco Fest. What was the first experience about Taco Fest?
Oh,
How did you hear about it?
Let me tell you, Taco Fest was incredible. I heard about it because I believe the first thing I saw was a flyer, and then I reached out to Fabio. He was helpful. He was really nice. We created a connection, I guess, because we got along well from the beginning. And he was like,
You guys are from the same kind of like
yeah.
space, no?
Yeah, and he was like, I work with the radio. And I was like, no, maybe this guy is just talking. But once you get to know him, it's like, dude, like he's connected.
No, he's well connected.
He's well connected. He's
and they respect him. They know him, brother. Like, they really know him.
He made that event. That event was ridiculous. It was so packed. We were so busy. I never thought that we were sold out that quick.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I know you had told me we were expecting like 1,500 people, but bro, 4,000 people showed up.
But like you know what it is to think that you over prepare.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like you sell out. Like you said, I sold out. Like
You thought you over prepared.
I prepared. I over prepared. Like I never made so much michelada mix that I made for that event. I sold michelada mix. I sold micheladas. People will buy the beer from him. It was like a joint,
I love that. Yeah, we were talking about that in the video.
Yeah.
We can do that this year.
It's like you were saying, you gotta
You literally bring the drink that you buy over to Miches and they'll hook you up.
Yeah.
You guys know, man, Taco Fest is going down November 3rd and 2nd, El Dia de los Muertos.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait.
At Harrisville Park, which Harrisville Park, just run me through. It's always been like one of the biggest parks in Homestead where people do like concerts and things like that.
Yeah, it's always been a venue that we like always choose for quinceañeras, for bailes, for concerts,
Rodeos.
for the rodeo.
The
Yeah.
rodeo's good.
The rodeo's
huge.
huge.
I missed it, bro.
They always do football games. Oh my god, the football games there are intense. Like,
Wow.
so, but they've never seen Taco Fest, so like I can already imagine the excitement for Taco Fest in November.
What do you feel about it?
I'm ready.
You're ready.
I feel like it's bringing business to the small, like it's helping the small businesses in Homestead and people that are coming from out of Homestead because it's not just a Homestead event anymore.
Oh yeah.
There's so many vendors.
That's a South Florida festival. You know.
There's people that came from Orlando in the other event, and
Oh wow.
yeah, I met so many people that were coming from Fort Myers, Port St. Lucie, Orlando. So I can imagine that the impact this time is gonna be.
It's gonna be a 2-day event too.
So I'm kind of I'm working on my website right now, and I want to make a page for Taco Fest. So it's laid out. I know they have their own website, but I just kind of want to make my own section that way.
Yeah.
It can show people because, for example, you mentioned people are I didn't know that people were traveling at that event from Orlando, say Port Lucie. So I was thinking, since you mentioned this is going to be a 2-day event, to add hotels nearby on the website.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of trying to promote Taco Fest as well, make sure everybody can sell out again. That's the goal. Like that's what I was.
What time did you sell?
I was scheduled to be there till 7, I believe. Right?
Yeah, sure.
And I was sold out by 3:30.
Wow.
3:30. You were out, or?
And I was out of everything.
Bro, and Diego was like, I'm gonna buy you Bubba Jet tea, and bro, we got there, it was done.
Yeah.
We sold out.
We sold out too. Luda sold out
I sold out at 3 p.m.
Everyone sold out.
Wonderland had a crazy line. Wonderland Creamery,
Yeah.
their line was crazy.
But there was vendors that left to pick up more, I guess, product to sell. And I know this vendor that's still selling like tacos. They went home 3 times.
Damn.
And still sold out.
Damn. They were really up no back.
That just tells you that, hey, you gotta be ready for these tacos.
You gotta be ready.
Dude.
These
We're
tacos.
gonna be ready. Who's your favorite taco shop right now?
Man.
Yeah.
Put you at the spot.
That was uncalled for.
That was crazy. I didn't see that coming.
Just so you guys know, man, it's already confirmed. Over 40 food trucks going to Taco Fest. It's a 2-day event. You guys know where Meech's is gonna be at November. We're also promoting that event for Halloween, bro. I really hope that you come by. I don't know how long we're gonna be there, but I'm hoping, Fabio, to make the house and
oh, that's nice.
so you can come and stuff like that.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
nice.
So you can come. I know that type of stuff is different, right? Because you can tell me Taco Fest hasn't been done. Something like that hasn't been done.
I believe like Fabio just came to revolutionize.
Also,
Killed it, bro.
Kind of left. What city was it? Tampa?
no,
said he left, like, a
he
city.
was
New
doing this
Orleans.
type of stuff. No, he was doing this type of stuff in Miramar, bro.
Miramar.
He was, he mentioned he's been doing events for a long time, but like events of that magnitude, like
No, insane. Bro, it's insane.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
there's a lot of stuff
I'm
that we
really
can do
excited.
to
yeah. I have a lot of good things coming. Things that people haven't seen, so I'm excited. I'm excited for
Damn, it's like that quote.
the reactions.
Yeah.
I love that. There's a lot of stuff that we could do, man, and I loved it because there was no chaos at all.
No fights.
No
nothing.
fights. There was a lot of police. You know,
Mhm.
it's a really family-oriented environment. I like the fact that they had the whole like play section for the kids, and it was completely gated. Like
Yeah.
it was gated, so no kids could There was a security guard. There was like a police car right in front of us.
No, but everyone was patient.
Yeah.
There was like massive lines.
There was massive lines.
From
Right.
this event, what would you say, Yuri? Like, if you had the power to, what would you improve? Or okay, so I'll give you 2 questions. What would you improve, and what would you say? Like, damn, they did this.
Improve within my business.
No, within like Taco
Within.
Fest, like just seeing from your experience, or if there wasn't anything at all, it was
I
perfect.
just feel like the alcohol lines were just like I know that it's because of demand. You know, it always always gonna the demand was crazy.
Yeah.
But if we can, well, I me and Pablo are gonna work something out because if we
Divide
can,
it into
like maybe have a few more bars.
Yeah.
Because I believe that he had 4,
Yeah.
and they were saturated. Like
that.
it's just
Damn,
there's a big
2
demand.
days. 2 days is
So,
all right.
2 days, I think
days.
it's gonna be great because people that miss out on Saturday can come on Sunday.
So-
People that work,
So
everything was great.
I
I
don't know how
loved
you.
it.
I don't know how you guys are gonna prepare this year, but basically, for me, I would expect to prepare twice as much
Oh,
and
Lord.
then some.
I'm
And
not
then
even-
some.
I'm trying to calculate
Trying to crack it. It's cracking.
because
Yeah.
the amount of lines I have to squeeze.
No, isn't there like tools like a?
Yeah, I have machine.
Oh yeah.
I have a juicing. It juices the lime.
Just buy the lime juice.
No.
Change the product, man. You can't change the recipe.
Yeah.
I never want to be that person that started making a product and,
Sorry guys, on the M.
and then you find out that it doesn't taste the same.
Yeah.
That is like, I don't know.
Chimichurri.
Yeah, like it's like if you already tried his cakes and let's see the cake is dry, you're gonna say like, hey, what happened, bro?
Yeah, and I like that type of feedback. But like you're right, that's one of my things too. You can't change the recipe, bro. Because people want that. They want you because of
That's why they
what
keep
you
showing.
provided. Yeah.
They come for the fresh mango pieces in there, whatever.
And she does it because she knows the quality that she's providing. So you know how many limes you probably have to squeeze to get like a cup,
I go. So when I just sell, like in the weekends, I go through like a box, but like I'm not sure how many boxes I'm gonna go for Taco Fest. Yeah.
Gotta have people on standby. Like, yo, what do you need? I'll go to Sedano's right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I had to send for ice.
Yeah.
I did run out of ice, but if you run out of michelada mix, there's nothing that you can really do unless you're gonna buy all the supplies and make it there.
And that's gonna take more time.
I mean, you've been doing it for a while. It's like when I bartend, people are always like shocked that I can take care of customers alone because I bartend. I bartend alone. Like I don't like having people next to me. Like
right.
So
like in your work and stuff.
Yeah. So
you do like the 10 drinks.
I do big crowds and I've done.
You haven't done that? The 10 drinks where you.
No, I haven't done that yet. But I make shots. I make huge amounts of shots, but it's not like I pour them out.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
We could get a celebration shot at Misha's.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's what I did last year. I gave Fabio like samples, and he gave samples too. I don't.
Oh, lit.
Yeah.
But it was samples of michelada.
Oh. Okay.
But I know how to make shots. Like there's a bunch of shots. Green tea, the paleta shot, which tastes like a paleta.
Oh wow.
The sandia. I don't know if you guys had the sandia.
Yeah, sandia with the yellow. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff.
I love that, man. Well, I appreciate you coming, man. I appreciate the time that you have given us. I learned a lot today. I'm happy to bring you because I wanted to talk about Taco Fest and your experience. And I appreciate you because she was the one that invited me, bro. She was the one that invited us. And because of that, we made so many connections.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing about Fabio, man. He doesn't care about the money. He could have made so much money there, but he really doesn't care. He really does it for that community. And I love to see my family was there. My two young brothers, they were riding the train. You saw the train riding around.
Yeah.
I have a brother that's 5 and 3, and they were riding the train, and they really
nice.
created a family-oriented environment for the kids, and I really enjoy that, man.
Yeah, I didn't understand the magnitude of like how big it was until the day after when I saw the pictures.
Wow, you saw the drone, right?
I saw the decor. I saw how beautiful like the entryway was.
Damn, because you're a vendor, you can't.
When I'm telling you, I didn't stop.
Right.
I didn't stop until I left. Like,
Yeah.
We showed up to your tent and you were talking to people, bro, back to back. We couldn't have a
yeah, and that's what happens if I'm like engaging and I'm like I have a line, then I'm just gonna focus on finishing the line.
Oh
man, but I appreciate it, bro. Is there anything that you want to say?
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I was nervous, but
it was great speaking to Yuri, man. It was funny. She's hilarious.
I think we should have a throwback once we do Taco Fest.
Lord.
We should have a throwback podcast. Welcome you in here, man.
Frequent guests.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You know, to sit here about her journey.
I'm down. If you guys like this video, if you want me back.
Yes, comment. You guys can find us on our platform. The simplest one I could say, if you have it directly on your phone, is YouTube. We post the podcast there, and then Instagram. Man, follow us on Instagram. We'll post your Instagram, both of that brand, and we stay tuned, man. If you have nothing to say, bro.
If you guys are in South Florida, reach out to Yuri, Meeches.
Yes.
Yeah,
that way you can reserve her. She'll get the website soon.
It'll be up there, man. It'll be up there. Appreciate you guys, man. Be safe. Blessings. All right. Until the next episode.